Welcome everyone to the first annual Wimpy Studio Relationship Awards. Last year in 2025 gave us some of the most intense, heartwarming, and let's be honest, infuriating couples in TV and film history. Today we're handing out the hardware. Let's get into it. Our first award is for the couple that, well, they're just there. Look, Amy and Nathan are boring in a good way. There's little to no drama, which is a nice change of pace, but we have to be honest, the spark isn't exactly the same as what she had with Ty. However, I'm genuinely curious to see where their future lies. With that proposal cliffhanger in the finale, will Amy finally commit to this new chapter? They take the trophy for most boring, but I'm still keeping an eye on them in season 20. On the flip side, we have our winners for best chemistry. Even though the script for Regretting You had its choppy moments, McKenna Grace and Mason Thames were a breath of fresh air. They managed to make that slow burn teenage romance feel incredibly grounded and safe. Miller's calm, supportive energy was the perfect foil to Clara's chaotic family life. Every time they were on screen together, it felt like a real safe connection. They didn't need a massive spectacle to prove they belonged together, you just felt it. This one was a layup. There is a reason this is one of the most famous pairings in history, and the 2025 movie reminded us why. David Cornsweet and Rachel Brosnahan nailed the balance between Clark's humble farm boy heart and Lois's fierce investigative spirit. It felt like a classic throwback to the Daily Planet dynamic we all fell in love with. They aren't just a couple, they're the blueprint. They take home the most iconic award for proving that some legends never go out of style. Next up, the most badass award. Even though they were separated for most of the final season, seeing them both back in Cobra Kai at the end was everything. Their relationship really peaked back in season 4 when they were in Cobra Kai together, so seeing them return to that energy was a full circle moment. Plus, I love that they're now professional athletes and influencers. It is the absolute perfect career path for them. These underdogs finally got their happy ending, and they looked cooler than anyone else doing it. Fans waited 4 long seasons for this. Ty and Annie finally shared their first real kiss in the season 4 premiere, which was a massive moment. However, I have thoughts. I honestly wish Ty had gone on tour first, letting Annie pine for him until a big reunion at the end of the season. Instead, they got together early and had a really rocky ending. I'm hoping they work through their drama in season 5, but for the years of build-up, they definitely earned the biggest slow burn. If there's one couple on this list I would bet my life savings on, it's these two. After the years of triangles and tragedy, Elizabeth and Nathan finally feel like a solid family unit. That where you go, I go sentiment in the season 12 finale was the nail in the coffin. They've built the trust, they've integrated the kids, and Hope Valley is basically just waiting for the invitations to be sent out. A season 14 wedding is a certainty, and they win most likely to live happily ever after. This was my absolute standout binge watch of the year. The Holanov dynamic is the gold standard for this trope. Watching two fierce on-ice rivals navigate a secret 10-year relationship was incredible. The cottage finale, where they finally chose each other over their reputations and their rivalry, was the perfect emotional payoff. They win Best Enemies to Lovers because nobody does I Hate You and I Can't Live Without You better than Shane and Elia. I don't care if you're Team Jeremiah, the season 3 finale gave Team Conrad fans the ultimate gift. All their scenes in Paris were cinematic magic. After years of heartbreak and distance, seeing them find their way back to each other in such a fairy tale setting was easily the most romantic highlight of 2025. It felt like the endgame moment the series had been building towards since the very first episode. We all remember when Lover played and they saw each other, right? Okay, we're still screaming at our TV screens over this one, as if Jackie finally telling Cole she loves him while Alex watched wasn't enough. They had to throw in George having a heart attack at the exact same time. It was a double cliffhanger of pure stress. It completely blew up the central love triangle and left us with zero answers. They win biggest cliffhanger because I'm going to be thinking about that I love you and George's health until season 3 drops. 10 years later, and the ride or die energy is still top tier. Whether you ship them romantically or just love them as partners, their ability to navigate the mystery of the Linksley family prove they are the heart of Zootopia. They balance each other's flaws perfectly. Judy's optimism and Nick's street smarts make them the best partnership on this list. They're simply better together. This isn't a fairy tale romance, it's a survival romance. Through prison, torture, and the rise of the rebellion, the connection between Cassian and Bix never wavered. As Diego Luna said, there is no him without her. Their bond is heavy, grounded, and shaped by the fire of revolution. They win most enduring bond for proving that some connections are stronger than an empire. After 3 years of waiting, this was the most earned moment in the series. Max waking up and telling Lucas that his voice was her anchor to the real world was absolutely devastating in the best way. Their simple movie date to see Ghost in the finale was the perfect, quiet ending for a couple that survived the literal upside down. They win Best Reunion because I'm still not over it. Our only non-romantic award of the night. While their respective relationships with Fiyero are important to the plot, at the end of the day, Wicked isn't a love story or a love triangle, it's about their friendship. Elfie and Glenda changed each other for good, proving that a platonic soul connection can be just as life-altering as a romance. It's a powerful, transformative bond that reminds us that the friends who truly see us are the ones who stay with us forever. And finally, we have to talk about the mess. Jesus and Peggy rock bottom, it is exactly what the name implies. Rock bottom. Jesus hit rock bottom. This relationship brings out the absolute worst in Jesus, and honestly, seeing him punch her in the end made me feel bad for her, which is saying a lot. However, she is one Christian nationalist I do not need to see on my screen again. I'm hoping Jesus finally dumps her next season. They are the definitive bottom of the barrel. And that's a wrap on the 2025 Relationship Awards. Did your favorites win? Did I snub your favorite ship? Let me know in the comments who your winners are. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.